Heyo, welcome back to Luck Management. I'm your host, Carter Loesch, and we got another edition of the Luck Management Lifestyle coming in hot for all the luckies out there. Are you ready to go? Because today's episode is going to be fun. It's going to be flippin' fantastic. All the big words you can think of. Exciting, hilarious, funny, exhilarating. You might find out how to be successful after listening to this episode. Hell, you may not. You might have had an idea that could have been $1 million thing, and after hearing this episode, you said, "Nope, that wasn't smart enough. Let's not pursue this anymore." I don't know. This episode could make you become wildly happy. This episode could make you wildly sad. This episode could do and have zero impact on your entire life. But you know what? There's a chance it might make you luckier. There's a chance that when you listen to this episode, you might become lucky. You've chosen to step up and be a part of luck management. And you believe in this lifestyle. You're here, you're listening. You've heard my words for years now. I've been here for over 2 years. And you think maybe some semblance of listening to an episode can do something to me that another podcast or somewhere else where I listen to these forms of information gives me something different. Don't we all feel that when we open up an episode or we listen to a podcast or we are following someone and we listen to what they say? It's like, maybe because it's funny, maybe because it's inviting, maybe because it's something that you haven't heard before, but it's something different, right? And I wonder what it is that luck management does for you guys. I'm grateful for it. I ponder it. And I might just be really fucking funny to listen to because sometimes I could be completely stupid, sometimes I could be erratic, but also I think once in a while I kind of hit the nail on the head. Whether it's Carter Law, Carter Science, all this crazy things. And when I talk Notre Dame, I know Notre Dame stuff, so I know I'm not wrong in that world either. So there are some obvious, hey, I want to listen to this because maybe he can have someone on that can teach me how to be stronger in my interpersonal skills. Or, you know what, I just want to catch up with Carter without not even knowing what's going on in life, just to take 15 minutes out of my day, 30 minutes, an hour, and say, I don't want to think about all the things that I'm doing. Maybe you listen to this episode so that you get like a quick glimpse of Lola coming through. She's over here laying on the couch over there looking at me. Maybe you listen because I can be petty and I pull back stuff from the world of years ago and we're all a little petty. Maybe you do it to get a little bit smarter because if I learn something and I share something with you, maybe you can press it forward. Maybe you listen to hear somebody's secret to success. That term, the secret to my success. I think it's so weird. And whenever you ask anybody for any sort of suggestion or how they did something, if you really do listen to them, it's so hard to explain it in the terms of this is what I did and this is why it worked. And it has no connection to maybe what you can do. Now, you might be able to reach out to a type of person or work hard on something, but everyone's situation is completely different. So the secret to success for one person is nowhere near the secret to success for another. Now, there are obvious patterns, sure, but you don't know if the success is actually determinate and real in the sense that it'll happen for you. But knowledge is power. But how much knowledge do you need to acquire to feel like, hey, I've gotten to this threshold? Because I'm going to tell you what, secret to my success, and we all want success in an immediate factor. We always want it right in front of us. I listen to successful people all freaking day. Like every single day. I listen to your Joe Rogans. I listen to your you're part of my takes. And it's weird because when I build and make this podcast, I think, oh, I have to do it in the system in the way that they build their podcast because they're successful and this is how they're doing it. No, I think that the secret to my success and the ability of making these episodes is just by me being me. In the evolution of what this podcast has become from being, you know what, it used to be a very long form interview, talking about Notre Dame and talking about luck, and there is still those components of luck management. That's an extension of me, but it's more so now the ability and change of where I kind of see luck management in my life going in the context of all the things that I do. So less so just about Notre Dame and more so about the work that I'm doing and being spread around my family. And I do want to get more guests on. I know I can be boring at times. I know it could be like, oh, Carter's going off on another rant, but bear with me because I promise you, we're building through something, and I feel like you're getting a fuller and more deep understanding of who I am. And for those that want to continue to listen, praise be, thank you, love you. And those who don't, you were never with me from the beginning. Fuck off. Just kidding. But this is a no, but actually. But this is but this is a opportunity to kind of get a different glimpse into something of how a show can evolve and like where it can be its own thing. It's like it could be a little bit of a Carter therapy session at one point, and if not, like it's something that you're able to kind of walk through your things. So, secret to my success. The secret to my success is still evolving, it's still growing, it's still building out something that I don't know will be here when it needs to be. What an evolution. And I guess that kind of leads me into this next part of you. Somebody I was at ATD, which I'll get into, in Washington D.C., and there's this idea of wanting a compass and not a map. And I can really identify with like wanting a compass and not a map. Now, I'd really love a map sometimes of, hey, this is where, or you need a map to know where you're going or what it actually means at the end of the day. But I don't always love on how I need to get there or just like the complete structure of telling me time and time again, hey, this is how you do it. You need to take this step here, this step there. I don't like to do that. Truth be told, and maybe you guys know this and have heard this, I am stubborn. I am a stubborn person. I like to have the way I like it done. And if it doesn't get done that way, then I don't think it's perfect, or it takes me time to actually adhere and kind of shift and flow. Now, some people call that a point of being stubborn. I call that of kind of knowing your way and being a little bit of a stickler for how you want things to be done. Nothing wrong with that. You just have to deal with the consequences and things of that nature. But I'd rather have a compass than a map where I need to go southeast and then I'm able to learn on the routes and on the way of getting to where I need to go. Now, yes, I may have a lot more scrapes, burns, and bruises along the way, and it may be harder for me, and someone may feel bad for me in that respect. But at least I can feel that accomplishment of me getting there and actually saying that I got there at that moment. So there is that level of nothing that you can attain or just get just so easily gives you that satisfaction. It's the satisfaction of having to walk through the fight and walk through the hardship to get to that actual thing that makes it worthwhile. I think they call it tier 1 and tier 2 thinking. So the ability to enjoy something in the exact moment or what you had to work to do to get to that point. And I believe that having a compass gives you the direction of where you need to go, but it doesn't tell you everything and how you need to do it in the right way. You eating some food, Lolo? A little hungry? Good girl. But heck, I always say that though too. I want a map. Like, give me a map to get there. It'd be very nice to just have a map at the end of the day and know where I'm going. But I think also that's the part of the journey that we're here for. That's the one that we actually feel like we need to work and continue to grow. So one thing that his name was Dave Godine, and one thing he spoke about was we're here to make change happen. So you are so capable and able, Seth Godin actually, Seth Godin, and you are so capable to make change or do things that you need to do. But we're sometimes stuck, or we feel like we're, from our prior experiences or whatever sort of upbringing we can have this tendency to stop and not want to push forward. And I think that we forget how much we can have an impact with those around us, with a simple smile, with a little thing, where we put in that extra effort that makes a true difference. It can really go a long way. And we really are here to make change happen. You know, always being able to take responsibility and giving credit. I think we all want to take a lot of responsibility for our own actions when there's so many other people around you and that are working for you. And it's hard to take responsibility. I think I've noticed that a lot in my work actually lately. It's hard for me to take full responsibility for all of my actions and having to have this acceptance of when you take responsibility, whether good or bad. Everyone always thinks of taking responsibility as always has to be bad, but you take responsibility when something's good and you did it right and you got to that point of where you wanted to end up. That's freedom, and being able to give credit to where credit's due. Like, if you want to be able to build a product, you have to build a process. And so by being able to give the credit and take that responsibility, you're giving yourself a foundation towards success and the secret to my success. And that's where you can actually make change happen. So I'm believing more and more about having to take responsibility, not just in work, but also in life. And in this grand scheme of what do I really want to accomplish? The hard part for me right now, and some people say that's a great part, is the identifying area. But I also feel like I've been identifying these parts of my life and this part of who I am for years, for my whole life. And I'm still in that identifying period, and I haven't made that jump yet. So I'm trying to figure out where that jump matters, where that jump is necessary. Is it in a new job? Is it in a different adventure? Is it a change of heart in the things that I liked? What do I need to do differently that's getting me to the point of where I want to go? So sometimes when I am just thinking about writing topics or writing stuff, I just write down like cool things that I think would be really good, like book names, or they would be great like slogans or taglines. And so I just want to share with a couple that I've written down. And it sounds so normal, but like, what does the world know that I don't know? Like, that's such a simple, easy, catching phrase. Like, what does the world know I don't know? Because everybody deals with that, right? Everybody would kind of be like, oh, that's interesting. I think that would be a real grabber. Another one, what we see tonight and hear tomorrow. Because what we see tonight is always different from what we hear tomorrow. This game of telephone, from seeing is believing, seeing and hearing in the auditory versus the visual natures of things. What we see tonight and hear tomorrow are never actually fully the same. There's the moments beforehand, there's the moment of it actually happening and what is seen, and then there's the after part. And that dictates and impacts everything of what is heard beforehand, during, and after. What we see tonight will always be different and drastically varied from what we hear tomorrow. And what we hear tomorrow may not be what we see tonight. Whoa. And then the movie promo opens up. So those are just weird things that I've been writing down, and yeah, I got a few other ones actually right here for you. This is a story of aspiration, and this goes to Lolo and the squirrel. I might write a children's book one day about her. She is the most wonderful dog in the entire world. I love her dearly. She's fantastic. She will always find and go after the squirrel. She is locked in. Every single time we go for a walk, she is. When I adopted her about a little over a year ago, she was everything I could want more. Wonderful dog, super sweet. Sits, paw, shake. She lays down. I give her treats. She's a good dog. She's caring. She loves people. But she is a dog that when she sees a squirrel, she is not the same. She is just a different animal. It is locked in, hips up, ears straight back, always going for that squirrel. Like, sorry, Carter, I love you, but this is my time to go catch this thing. The instinct takes over. And it blows my mind. So living and seeing this and having an animal that is so normalized to what we do and is so much of a normal occurrence in my life, and I love her and she loves me, and there's a level of connection there. But I bet that she's seen it with me at different times too, where it just breaks. Like, she goes back to being an animal when she sees a squirrel. She will never ever give up, and she is such a good girl. Ain't that right, Lolo? She's looking at me like, yeah, but also, why are you telling me this at 10:30 at night? But she is a fantastic dog, but then it goes all out the window. But I must say, the admiration and the ability of her to never give up. She has, one time, she caught a baby squirrel. Yes, she killed the baby squirrel, and I'm not going to lie, I was proud of her. She was an incredible, you know what? I've seen her go after hundreds of squirrels, hundreds of them. And I will say, she never catches any one of them. So one day, I go outside. This is in Houston. My neighbor, she's like, oh my God, I love the squirrels in our neighborhood. There's baby ones, I feed them. I'm like, ah, cool. Lorelai has a different story. Lorelai has a different idea of what she sees those squirrels as. That's bait right there. That's go time. So one of these days, I always had Lorelai off the leash. Baby squirrels were up there playing, and Lorelai caught on. She ran down the railing, caught one. She killed it right there. And I'm not gonna lie, I was mad, but I really wasn't that sad. I was honestly proud of her. I'm proud of you, Lolo. And this woman went crazy. She said she was going to threaten and kill my dog, and she was going to put my dog down for killing her squirrel. I yelled and said, hey, this is like, they're rats with fur, blah, blah, blah. There was a lot of heated exchange. Needless to say, we're all good now, but that was her first squirrel kill. But if you have an adult squirrel, it's always faster. They are incredibly fast. I don't know how there's not like an influx of squirrels everywhere because they're just the fastest thing ever. Maybe it's because cars run over them, but they like I don't know how they get caught by any sort of predators or whatever. But I was blown away by every single time they know how to get away. Even if Lorelai tracks them and gets so close and walks up to them, it doesn't matter. It's still so close to getting caught. And Lorelai never gets it, but she never gives up. She never gives up. And like that determination is actually pretty amazing. Like that determination is something you just don't see normally. It's honestly really freaking special. like have the determination of a dog that wants to get that squirrel. And sometimes I don't have that determination. I don't know if a lot of us have that determination. Like, tell me, do you guys have things that are like that? Where you're just like locked in on it? I mean, I can't think of like maybe pizza. I love pizza, so I get locked in on pizza. Uh, I think love, like the pursuit of love, sure, I can get that way. But I'm like, what's my animal instinct that like pulls me in? That's like, boom, that's what I want right there. I'm going for it. Even if you're not going to get it, it's just nature versus nurture. And I really do kind of think and wonder on how I can bring that drive into my daily activities. Not always on everything I do, but once in a while, locked in. That's what we're all looking for. The thing that just, because now we go out to walks. I know what she's looking for. She's walking, sure, but she's on the hunt. She's got the thirst. Proud of you, Lolo. You're a good puppy.
Ayo, this episode of Luck Management is brought to you by Charm ND. Love thee, Notre Dame Lucky Charms. I love Notre Dame, and when I went to school there, I wanted to have a way of holding a piece of Notre Dame in your hand. And the first iteration came from small little tubes and filling up with pieces from around Notre Dame, and it's evolved into a really cool and wonderful business that I truly cherish. And now we have necklaces, we have keychains, we have earrings, and we have bracelets. All of these pieces are from Notre Dame. So in our keychains, we have soil from Notre Dame's campus with 24 karat gold flakes. We have AstroTurf from the Notre Dame football stadium and wood shavings from the old seats of Notre Dame Stadium, a true classic of history and tradition of the Notre Dame football way. We also have gold helmets that are painted with the same gold that they use on the Notre Dame football helmets and from the Golden Dome, straight gold from the Golden Dome. All these pieces are so incredible to me, and I hope that you all enjoy them. And you can find me on charm_ND on Instagram, or you can go to our Etsy shop, which is Charm ND Store on Etsy. So please give it a check out and love the Charm ND.
Another working theory here. And I think that this one is very far stretch, but kind of like how I think of cool titles. I also think of like good commercials. Like this would be an awesome commercial to do. Where back in the day, Allen Iverson was a great basketball player. He always would joke around how he was talking about practice and oh, practice? You talking about practice? Anybody that's over the age of 20 like knows who AI is. And like his notorious like being known in the NBA as a baller, like one of the best ball handlers, one of the best shooters, just kind of had a swagger about it. And he always joked about like not having to play much in the game. He always had a little bit of an attitude, but he was probably one of my favorite players. And he was small, like tiny guy, but could do it all. Just ran around the court and balled out, really. And everyone always called him AI. And it would be hilarious if like ChatGPT or some sort of AI chatbot was like talking with Allen Iverson, being like, AI, you prepared us for AI. And being like, practice? There's got to be some sort of like connection between practice, like, oh, practice? And you practice the AI, you learn the AI, and you get better and better at it to win essentially your championship. Because he was a sports player, but all that. But I always have thought that that was so funny. Or in this dystopian universe, how there's just things happening and how, oh, his name's Allen Iverson, let's call him AI. Not saying that there's a direct link of like AI is being bought out by artificial intelligence companies years in advance, but you know, this guy gets his nickname and then artificial intelligence, AI is literally everywhere. It's like a little bit of a priming effect. There's just like small little things that happen in the universe and that happen in the world. And I think have these like little priming effects on people where thousands and millions of people kept hearing AI did this, AI did that, but it was priming us to get us ready for what AI is now. Like, I don't think that things just happen immediately. It's like, oh, AI. No, I think that there's so many working parts behind it. Now, if you can connect the NBA to artificial intelligence, I don't know. It is entertainment. You know, if you look up the NBA, it's an entertainment league. It's not even a sports and recreational sports league. It's called an entertainment company. So, yeah, I mean, if you want to say that they're trying to change the masses and get people involved in sports and focused on sports, that might be what we're getting at right here. So, AI and AI, thought that would be a funny combo. It'd be like a, what's it? Not It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but the Larry David skit where he's like, AI, you were the first AI. So, thought that would be funny. Um, I also am going to be doing a new segment called Deep State, um, where I may just pull out some conspiracies and some thoughts on what's happening in the deep state. And we'll have to evaluate it if we actually think that they're real. I tend to think that almost everything is real, or everything seems to end up being real. So, like, when someone first starts rumors and stuff, and everyone goes, oh, that's not true immediately. And then you're like, wait, but it is true. That's what I think about the media. That's one thing I heard that blew my mind. And this kind of goes with media, but it also goes with like right wing, left wing. I heard something that completely just like blew my mind. So there's right wing, there's left wing, but they're both connected to the full body. So as much as we want to act like we're on one side or that we're on the other, we're literally connected at the end of the day into the one slog of a system that churns out what we think democracy is. It's like not like we're separate from this people are separate there. We all just kind of keep buying and building into the system. It causes us to have these horrendous moments. And so deep state is going to be more of a damn, they are doing this. Like deep state, we talk about all this DOGE cuts. I've talked to you. I'm a Trump supporter. DOGE was awesome. Like 160 billion in cuts, which like if you really think about it, like that's fucking massive. $160 billion being cut from waste and fraud for stupid contracts or dumb things that don't seem to make any money for our government or for our people, and we're just wasting it. And yet, when we look at that number, people are like, "Oh, that's not enough." It's because we spend trillions every single year. So, like, in relativity, it isn't that much, but 160 billion? 160 billion. They're just saying these numbers, and I'm like, 160 billion. Oh, that's nothing. Why is that nothing? That is so much money. And we're saving a ton and we're cutting out these programs that don't make sense. But then at the same time, deep state and a party that I support passes a $4 trillion spending bill. What the fuck? $4 trillion over the next 10 years. Or it's going to be more maybe. And they say it's still allowing the largest tax cut in history, so extending out those tax cuts, all while, hey, we saved $200 billion when we're going to increase everything by trillions. So what are we doing? Was it just like the quickest little thing to get you excited and happy to do the smallest 2% cut? And then we pass a $4 trillion deal in expectation that AI or that these other things are going to help us get out of the deficit. But how are they going to get us out of the deficit? And the only people that are going to ultimately be hurt are the American people? That's crazy. So deep state is like, for 100 days, they can just push on you for, oh my gosh, we've done so many cuts and all this stuff. And then they just pass this $1 trillion. What's in a $4 trillion bill? Apparently it's cutting taxes. So why are they spending more money, number one? And then they're cutting tax on tips and they're cutting tax on overtime. But like, where is the spending going? And how much of it like is going to like military? Are we going to war? Is that telling? Is that like, hey, where this is earmarked? And like, what is that money going to be spent on? Also, at the same time, I don't even see that money. So why do I get angry or even think about this sort of money when it's just not an impact in my life at all? I just let like politics have that power over you. And it's like identity. So we have to like pick a side so that they make you think you're not thinking about anything else. It's the wings again. That's the deep state. Just trying to get you riled up about something. But it's like riled up enough that you're not going to do anything, but not riled up enough where you're not going to talk about it and someone's going to hear you and probably be like, ah, whatever. So I'm exposing the deep state, luckies. We're going to get lucky out here and we're going to expose the deep state. It's going to be freaking awesome because it doesn't make sense. I have like a 6-minute video that I'm going to actually insert right around here that explains why I see like why Republicans can be Democrats and Democrats can be Republicans. And I think it's a really cool glimpse and it's like a very interesting way of thinking because I try and think differently. And yes, I probably end up speaking in circles, but there's something behind it. There's something there. And that's the deep state, baby. That's the freaking deep state. Next segment I'm thinking about doing, Galaxy Mind. So it might be a connection with deep state because deep state, like, as much as you want to get angry and annoyed with everything that they're doing, like, it's actually really smart. And I get angry with how well they've been able to do it and concoct these ideas and make it work for them. Then it ends up acting in a way that you're like, damn, they got me. The deep state freaking won. So, and even though there is still no eternal impact until I have to pay them money on taxes, which hopefully there's no income tax. Let's solve that issue. Why not? That could be a lot of fun. I guess going back to deep state and in that level, I think that there is a possibility that the AI's probably going to ruin the world. They're like, I know that's all deep state. I'm like, what does it even matter? Nothing really matters. No, So I think AI might like kill us all. I think it might be over. Like it's stupid how smart AI is and how good it is. Like if you're someone like me that spends some time on ChatGPT and Perplexity and some of these other ones, Grok I don't really use. Um, what's Google's one? Gemini. They can do some amazing things, and the amount of videos coming out and TikToks and deep fakes and all this stuff, the narrative is being controlled. Now it's being controlled by people right now, but there's a level of like AI is going to take over everything. Like if I'm not doing outbound calls or setting up these meetings, like there's in a sales world where I thought AI was not going to be as impactful, it kind of does exactly what a salesperson can do without like main contact. So you got to be the one that actually is like speaking, shaking hands, kissing babies, sort of thing. In terms of like managers and level coders, that's all thrown out the window. Like AI can do that. And yes, you're going to have some people go in there and fix it up and make sure that the code is correct. But there will be a point where it gets smart enough and it only needs 5 to 6 validators instead of 100 software engineers. Like it's over. Like any sort of accounting, any sort of making decisions, any sort of HR violation that goes to code book, if you say, hey, I want our company to run through AI to be the most efficient, it will make those decisions for you. And it will be the most efficient way. Now, it won't always seem real, and a company will say, hey, we're now, so look at how authentic and real we are. But, oh my goodness, it might be over. And I think Trump might know that to a point because he's bringing back all these manufacturing jobs to fill these gaps. Because there's going to be a lot of jobs that are lost, and that there might be a decline for people to have to go back into the physical labor space, that have to go back to these jobs and build technical skills because a skill-based economy is what matters. And it kind of goes to my business. This tracking system. So I don't know if in a way I'm helping AI to be able to track how people work, but in a way you could look at it that I'm trying to make people more efficient, more optimally ready for the workforce changes that are happening, for a climate that needs and is building and growing and wants more people. I want more people to be rugged and getting back to the style of what is important to the cause of the United States of America, getting dirty with our hands, which I don't really do. Once in a while, I get some dirt on my hands, but I think manufacturing is a way to fill this gap, and it's supposed to fill in a lot more jobs because there's going to be a lot more menial jobs than those secure jobs. Now, it now when I say that it's over and AI is going to kind of ruin everything, you always have to take it with a grain of salt, while also at the same time what type of people is going to take over. It's for the poor people that have nothing. It's just going to create this concept of wanting to have a universal basic income, and you're just going to be waiting there constantly and not being able to contribute to things. You're going to have the middle people that have to work really hard, and but AI will oversee them and make sure that they stay within the line that they need to have. Then you have the more educated ones know how to utilize AI, but they're also beholden to it because they've lost their creativity, or a lot of their success is pegged to that. So everyone's going to be stuck on this AI thing. It's going to be the stickiest thing that's ever entered into our lives, more than the iPhone. The iPhone did a really good job of going in and making itself known or as like a part of something for you. And this AI almost seems personable. Now, sometimes that's going to feel inauthentic, so we'll not feel as connected. But it sucks in creativity. It takes in your thought process and stuff. And with U.S. infrastructure failing, and with the world of a lot of our problems never getting solved, AI is going to be thrown into that system to say, fix this now. How do we get it done? Maybe give that a shot, because we haven't been doing it perfect. I mean, we've survived, we've definitely survived and done pretty well, but we haven't gotten to the level that actually solves these issues. I do worry about AI being so strong in the fact that it gets its strength. What if the ways that they want us to do things are not the way that it can work for everyone? It's like not everyone gets paid. It's like the efficiency. It's like DOGE. It's like, dang, we all don't get to eat anymore. And that's scary, because a lot of people benefit off that. I think AI is scary because the fact of the matter is we're not all that efficient. We're not all that like grind, this or that. I had to work really hard. No, I think that there are some people that are like that, but there are so many people that are just not, that live their lives where they had that moment in their life. Nobody can do that all the time, or else you're a psychopath. Like, look at all these billionaires. They're all crazy people. So, yes, some of them can be crazy, and like we give them benefits for that. But if the system is broken and if we're told that we don't have to be like that, that's where the system falls. There's always need to be a little bit of fear, a little bit of circling fear that you will get left behind if you do not put it up. AI might change that forever. It has changed it forever already. People are doubting it. Humans, it's every single time. Oh, it's so hard to find this or do that. It's really, really frustrating and kind of crazy to see right now. I'm grateful for AI, but I'm also scared. So we will see what happens to it. So I'm officially in Charlotte. About almost 2 months here. A lot of changes, a lot of amazing things. You know, moving doesn't change your problems. You still have a lot of the same sort of issues, but I feel like I've been putting myself into an opportunity in a space that I love, and I feel genuinely lucky. I have my family around. I have my brother, my sister. I have my parents wanting to do fun things with me. I get invited out. It's nice. It allows me to have those opportunities with them. But this week, it's also going to give me the opportunity to go do stuff a little bit differently. This week, I'm gonna try and go explore Charlotte a little bit more, get a little bit more understanding what's in front of me as I live here, because I can have the main crutch of having my family here is in and of itself not a crutch. It's phenomenal, but it also is if I want to be able to grow, and meet people, and kind of enjoy and create the life that I want to create. Now, being back here, there's a hiatus of things, and hey, it doesn't mean you can't keep creating your own life, but there's a difference there. And so I am enjoying and partially appreciating the ability to like have these moments.
Ayo Luckies. This episode is brought to you by Charm ND. Charm ND, hold a piece of Notre Dame in your hands. This year, I've gone on a quest to make sure that you guys are able to have the best Notre Dame products that feel like you're on campus, that you're in the spirit, and that you enjoy and get a piece of Notre Dame. And so I have added a couple new things to the repertoire, from earrings, bracelets, keychains, all that. But our newest one is the Motel keychain, where it's a key to Notre Dame Stadium with a golden helmet and a shamrock. And then it's also a key to the Golden Dome. So get your novelty pieces, get your pieces ready for St. Patrick's Day coming up. And this always supports the podcast. So thank you very much. And love thee, Charm ND. Let's get back to the show.
Yeah, life has been fast. I went to Atlanta for a music festival. Had the best time out in Atlanta, hanging out with my boy Eki. Ryan Eckhouse has been a day one since I moved to Atlanta. We became buddies. It was what 2019 we became friends, and we're in 2025 now, and he's my guy. Ryan, shout out. Love you, bro. Like, just epic to be able to hang out with you, see how you and your girlfriend are doing, and the house that you're living in. Like, you guys are living the dream. Hear about the work that you're going through, making sure that you're like getting everything that you need to done, man. It's awesome to see. It's refreshing. It's rewarding to know that you're doing well, dude. And like going to the festivals, dude, that's what we do. We hit the fests. And I'm gonna get you and I'm gonna get T Burge together. We're gonna get this episode going. Actually next week, get ready because me and T Burge are recording an episode. Then I'm gonna get Ryan coming through and we're gonna get the boys going. We're gonna get the buzz all buzzing. All right. But just great hanging out there, great food, old stomping grounds. Got into a couple of pop-ups, Dr. Fresh in the house. Dr. Fresh, if you guys like the music that Stio makes, Dr. Fresh kind of does that sort of stuff. A lot of mixes with like rap songs and like Juicy J stuff, but with like cool underground EDM beats in it. So definitely worth it. Check it out. Um, then festival was sick. I mean, Millennium. I mean, everyone says he's soft, but that dude kind of throws down and he's got things that can break your heart. So, don't you want a person that has both? Why not? Also, at the same time, Wooly, hop off, Wooly. You're hitting your stride, dude. You're kind of big time, Wooly. Everywhere you go, you bring a scene and people are amped. So, I'm with you. You're the one. Then you got like Youth, my guy, greatest video, just dancing with you in the middle of the crowd. I've seen you multiple times. The energy is unmatched out there. We're homies, and like you could probably be one of my favorite house artists. So keep killing it, man. One day I'm gonna get you and I'm gonna get Lane 8 on the episode, and we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk music. We're gonna talk vibes. And it's gonna be sick because I know you have music with him. This never happened. Like the energy you guys bring, it's just like it's beautiful. It's vibes. Then made it out to Washington D.C. this past week. Went for ATD conference, and let me tell you what, I fucked it up out there in a good way. It was AO luck management, like all you can expect from your boy getting out into conferences. I'm gonna tell you what, guys. I'm good at a conference. I know what I'm doing. I know how to connect with people. I bring people in. I get them excited. I want them to know more about what we're doing. And you know what? Some people are meant for it. Some people simply are not. And I'll tell you what, some of my team members, they're just not ready for it. They don't have what it takes. They don't have the energy. Yeah, they're kind of older and yeah, whatever. They don't put any energy or excitement into these things, and maybe they just need more to get them thrilled or something, but it's the little things that matter. It's the small little things that you put in and day out that show that ability for success. That's luck management. You got lucky in one moment, you keep working at it, you get even luckier. Not even in the point of getting lucky, you just keep managing the things right in front of you, you become luckier. You know what? I got lucky with leads. We had 300 leads. I scanned in 105 of them, and these people, actually it was like 270, so I had over that, and there was four other people there working, grinding, making sure that we could talk to people, bring people in, and get them excited about Kahuna and skills management. um, Skills management is so freaking crucial, especially for this sort of conference on talent and development and tracking and having to deal with AI and being more efficient in your workforce. And ATD is an incredible conference. That's where Seth Godin was having those speaking sessions. So cool to hear from him. So cool to speak to so many people and just get connected in a way where I felt like I knew everyone and everyone knew me. And so I'm happy to go on these conferences, and I showed that I could do it, and I've done it multiple times. I'm good at this job, and I know how to get people going. They need to know why this success keeps happening. I can't explain it. We can try and measure it, but I can't explain it. But yeah, good conference. Learned a lot. Going to be getting some meetings out of it. Going to be getting moving and grooving, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see what comes of it on a deeper level. Also, Washington D.C. They call it the swamp. Like, no, it's not. D.C. is freaking gorgeous. Maybe that's just after Trump came into office, but that city was a buzzing. Like the cleanest streets I had walked up and down. The uh, the White House to the Washington Memorial to the Lincoln Memorial and the Washington Monument, just stunningly beautiful everywhere. Ducks walking around, squirrels everywhere. I mean, you could see a lot of Secret Service and a lot of these majestic, beautiful buildings. But everyone always talks to you about how DC is kind of like trash and it's kind of disgusting and a lot of homeless people. And I know Trump said, "Yeah, you better clean it up." But still, like when I was around there, I was so impressed. Like it was gorgeous. It was really, really quite nice. Like I think that it's just a trope that these people do, saying like, "Oh, how disgusting is it? How bad is it down there?" To get you to think that it's like all horrible and everything's wrong there. When I think that everything's actually pretty sweet and they don't want you to know how awesome it is. And that's crazy because that's really good marketing by them. You don't want to deal with Washington. You don't even want to be a part of Washington. It's because it's actually incredible. It's like Greenland being all icy and Iceland being all green. They didn't want people to know about it, so they didn't want to share that. I can honestly and fully see that happening where it's like, oh, nah, DC's a mess. No, I was there for 4 days and I felt safe everywhere I walked. The food was incredible. The culture everywhere, everybody was walking around. It looked like fit people. Yeah, there's a couple of homeless people, but like for the most part, really freaking nice. So good trick on us. Um, Really, really great trick. But like I kind of like DC now. I also don't like it. Like it's a little bit too rugged at certain times and it's like also a little too international, but also there's something beautiful about that. Yeah. Very, very fun city. And I enjoyed being able to like try out different restaurants. Expensive though. Shout out shout out my guy Alex Colorado. Thank you, brother, for having me. And shout out John McBride. He's out here working for some sort of government agency, making sure that all the accounting for all the Boeing and Lockheed planes question mark are being paid for by the U.S. government. And this is not actually what he told me. I am speculating. He's been sworn to secrecies, but I'm trying to figure out where all that capital allocation is going, and we will find the documents. I promise you that, John McBride. We will find them, and we will get them, and we will expose the United States. Nope, no, there is no exposure. This is pro America podcast first and foremost. God bless America, but also just what kind of money you throwing around? How's the game, dog? um, but also just like having me stay there. Arlington, also one of the most beautiful little towns ever. Just stunning all the way around. Easy to get into the airport, easy out. Um, yeah, I said this today on the phone when I was talking to Haley, and I was like, food in the fridge kind of like equates to sustenance in life. And I do the grateful for every day, which I'm trying to make a book out of it or like a journal, some sort of like wellness journal where the grateful for is like four things you're grateful for. And it's just like a moment you can take to take a second. And one of them I just said was like food in the fridge. I'm grateful for that. And my fridge is like really full right now. I have a lot of food in there, and it's all good food. Food that I don't necessarily want to like go and do like chef up and all that stuff because it takes time, but like really good food, and I'm just like grateful because I have like good food in the fridge. You can have all these good things, but if you don't do anything with them, you don't go through the process of having to cut the onions and saute the carrots and cut the potatoes, then it's just that it's inedible, it's unusable, it's not It's not good. It is good, but you have to do something with it. And I see all this, and I see the filet mignon in there, and um I see like the eggs right there. I can't eat raw eggs, or I can't eat raw meat. I need to go cook it. I need to slice it. I need to put it into other ingredients to make it good and to make it awesome. Because what it is right there is they're tools. And so you can have all the tools and you can have everything there, but you have to do something with it when it makes the actual difference. I I actually didn't talk about this as much when I was talking to Haley about it. So I kind of saw a new kind of light to it. But also, it is like when you have food in your fridge, I feel like there's good things happening. It's like you just got stuff and you have, I guess that's consumerism lifestyle. But when you have good things, when you have things, you can feel a little bit more sustained. But you can also have so much stuff and feel like you're about to waste it. Like you've accumulated so much and you're like, what am I supposed to do with this? This isn't giving me anything until you eat it. So all this to say is like, look at your fridge and be like, what does this fridge represent about my life? What does it mean for my life currently? And what does it not mean? What do those whipped cream containers mean in your fridge? What's the, what's that frozen banana doing in there? I mean, dang. Do you really need 3 whole milks? Like 4 onions? Really, Carter? What does that mean? So something for all of you to ponder this week. Whoever thought that you'd be looking at your fridge, thinking of luck management, and saying, wow, how profound. Kind of up on the AI thing. We might be living in the Matrix. It's definitely possible. Um, the Matrix is now our phone, and we're super connected, and like how we get plugged in and plugged out. Just think about it. Like we're so connected to our phones. There's no way that this isn't the Matrix. But also it might not be. Or we're still on the path there. Who knows? And I'll leave you at this. Who says that things have to be bad? Now, objectively, what I did here was bad for my health. I ate 7 donuts today. Am I sad about it? Like, yeah. But am I actually sad about it? Like, no. Like, would I do it again? Yeah. Like, Memorial Day weekend, do it for the troops. I'm back on my BS on quitting nicotine again. So I have quite the appetite right now. And I followed my heart's dreams and desires, and I ate 7 donuts. Will I feel it tomorrow? Will I feel it this week? Yeah, probably. Do I really have to make it that much worse, though? No. Love yourself. Yeah, I ate 7 donuts. Go out. If you feel like it, people, go eat 7 donuts. And if you're judging me for it, please do, because 7 is a lot. I haven't done 7 in a long time, but it hit me. And you know what? That's how life is changing. That's how life is turning a little bit. Okay. That's how it goes sometimes. So with that, I'll leave you with this. Stay lucky, man and woman. Stay lucky. Keep grinding and keep living the luck management lifestyle. I love you all so much. To whatever adventures we enter into in this next little while, let's do it right. Let's get lucky. Let's work hard. Let's manage our luck. So you can find us on Apple, find us on Spotify, find me on YouTube. But as always, keep living the luck management lifestyle. Peace.